naught because see, P is P naught. Now I'm using the subtract ln of P naught both side. P naught. Then this crosses out, put a line, this becomes subtraction. I think when you subtract, log minus log is 2 P naught over P naught. I'm avoiding one step there. This is 12K. And this P naught crosses out. Just wanted to let you know that I did log of n minus log of n is log of m over n. That's what I did here, because when you subtract, this is a subtraction sign, so this goes down. Then you have ln of 2, which is 12K. Just divide by 12, 12. Use calculator and you get the answer as the A answer 0.058. Okay. There is also a shortcut for this. If you remember your algebra 2, there is also a shortcut where you remember if anything grows like this, if population grows, bacteria grows, anywhere the point at t, you can always find y is equal to, initially let's see a times e raised to rt. Now here, instead of r, I can take it as k. So that's like a constant where depending. Now, this is a, in 12 years, let's see in 12 years, t is 12, the population grows double, it means y is 2a. You see, this becomes 2, this is the initial population. So 2a equals a e raised to kt. So and t is 12 here, because, okay, and you will see that this crosses out, you get 2, and you take ln both the side. ln 2 is ln of e raised to k12. This crosses out, you get ln, divide by 2, you get k equals over 12. You get the same thing. So that also could be used, but I just show you the other one because you need to know how it works, how to solve differential equations. Turn the page. We have last two more, and I'm going home. My daughter, she's asking me, Dada, where were you so long? She doesn't know I'm doing all this extra work. Problem number 91. You know, it tells you 0 to 8 is FU, DU is 6, and there's what is the value of the question is what is this, right? You are given this value is 6. It has a u. Do you see u there? This one has an x. So the whole point is, can I reduce this using a u substitution to get that form? So what you do is, there is a parenthesis here. Look at this. This is the main thing. Substitute x square minus 1 is u. Take the derivative of this. It is 2x dx is du. Okay. Now when you want to replace, there's a 2 missing. Look at this, 2x, and this will be u, and this is x dx. So what's going on is, I can write this x over here, and this I'll move it like this, f of x square minus 1. And then suddenly I kept a small space there, because there's a 2 here, that I want to write a 2, and then I divide by 2 to balance it. Okay. So this whole, and then one more thing, start, so this is like a manipulation. But remember, we need to change this. This is like your x equals and x equals, so replace when x is 1. If you put x is 1, you get 1 square minus 1 is u, u is 0. If you put x equals 3, then 3 square minus 1, which is u is equal to 8. So this whole thing changes to, so this whole thing reduces to half. In place of 1 to 3, it is 0 to 8. And this becomes your fu, and this is your du. But you know this answer is given to you as 6. And take half of 6, you get 3. And is that the answer given to you? Yeah? Okay? Let's go to the last one. Oh, this one is a little confused. Let's talk. What does this mean is? Let me see whether we have that much time. 29, yes. Just 5 minutes more. Please read this question before I go try to help you. What do you mean by it says a function is given define, and I remember that when you say define means in between it should be valid for all x's. Can you try to figure out? What do you think the answer is? And it said if f does not attain maximum, so it doesn't have a maximum value inside, what could be the reason? Is it A could be the reason, or B could be the reason, or C could be the reason? Now, if you want to say something 100% false, you have to give a reason by why that cannot be the option. And if you say true, I'm going to go with the false. Let's see. I want to know a function f is closed in this define. Now, see the word define means f of whatever the axis values between a to b, c is exist, means you cannot have, it's not like this, no infinities, it has to be some number. That's what define means. And closed means this, at the end points both numbers also are included. But he's saying, what could be the reason to say f does not attain maximum value on AB? Now, maximum value meaning like, this is the maximum value, let's see. Or it could be, could be also your maximum value. See, I could be showing. Or it could be, this could be your the different ways to show from, let's see, A to B or A to B. So you could have a maximum in between, or you could have at the end point on the right side, or you could have on the end point on the left. This is called maximum value. So what could be the reason to say that it doesn't have a maximum value? Now, I could just tell you the answer directly, but just going over a little concept-wise. The answer is, first I'll tell you the answer and why not the answer. This is the right answer because there is a concept called, if f is continuous, defined in closed interval in A to B, then it always has maximum as well as minimum. And the name of this result is, it's called extreme value theorem. So what does it mean is, you want to give 100% to have at maximum and minimum, it has to be continuous. Because if it is discontinuous, there may be not chances of having a maximum. Does that make sense to you? So, continuity is, if you know continuous, that gives you 100%. It is always has maximum and minimum. But right now what has happened is, it is not continuous. If it is not continuous, that means, sorry, if it is, if the function is not continuous, that means you may not have a maximum and minimum value. I'll just give an example. So again, I repeat this part. I think I'm taking extra because this is little all confusion. That's why f is continuous and defined in all the interval AB. Then it always has maximum and minimum. That means I'll tell you a simple rule here in geometry. There's something called conditional. Conditional means if P, then Q. This is, if this is true, let's see if this is the true thing, if P then Q, there is a contrapositive which says, contrapositive, if, which said if not Q, then not P. If P then Q is true, and contrapositive if not Q, so that means if it does not have maximum. Now this one is the main one. Continuity lets you to give say 100% it has maximum and minimum, but if you say it does not have maximum minimum, one of this, it means it is discontinuous or not continuous. So f is not continuous. That's what I'm trying to say. So if this statement is here, it does not, if not Q, so does not attain maximum, this is the conditional, does not attain maximum, then you can say it is not continuous. Confusion, right? Now, many students get confused with this, I'm sure. But if you understand what I said, it's important. But the question is, how does it work? Why not E is the answer? So if I write E, why E says the equation f dash I does not have a solution now. See, I will try to show that that f dash of x equals 0 does not have solution, it says, right? In AB. Now I'll say this is false. Now why I say this is false is I can give example to show even if there is this is true, but still you will see it has a maximum. What I'm trying to do is, let me draw a graph here. Let's do here. See, like this from A, and this is B, right? What is the meaning of derivative? Now if I draw any tangent, does it ever become 0? So you can draw a tangent here. So there is no tangent, slopes cannot be 0 here because they are not like this, see? And it has a maximum, this is the maximum. So how can you say just because its slope is not 0, so f dash of x does not have a solution, means the slope is can never be 0 here. Does that mean that it does not have a maximum? No, there is a maximum, you see. So E is false. Then why D is false? D says the F has a vertical asymptote. Now, what is the meaning of vertical asymptote? Means, let's see, if you draw like this, draw a line, and this is your A and B. Something like they are telling us, like this. This is called vertical asymptote. Maybe I can graph like this. Goes to plus. How can you think of vertical asymptote? This is false. You know why? Because it says F is defined for all x between in A to B. So you cannot say there is something where it is undefined. So this is false, because you cannot have a vertical asymptote because F is defined for all x. The same thing also is B. See, look at this B. B is also false for the same reason. See, these are like unbounded. The values are unbounded. Or you can have a graph like this also, maybe. Negative infinity goes down, that goes plus infinity. These are unbounded. How can unbounded? How can you say the function is unbounded? You cannot say function is unbounded, because here you are saying it is defined for all x. So when you say defined, it has some number, it cannot be infinity. So your B also is false, your D is also false. What is the meaning of why C is false? Well, C says F does not attain minimum value of. I can show it like this. Look at this graph. Now this is your B and this is your A. So it has a maximum here, see. But here it doesn't have a minimum. This is not a minimum because this goes up, see. It is continuous, this is continuous. But it doesn't have a, this is discontinuous here. So not having minimum does not mean it does not have a maximum. It does not have a minimum, but it has a maximum. I confused you. It says F does not attain minimum value. Now see this example, it does not have minimum because it goes closer like this, but at B it goes up like this. That's why it doesn't have minimum. But it has a maximum. It doesn't have. This is false. The only option is the last one. And the A is the right one. Pretty well speaking. लिखो साहब, मैं बात सकता हूँ. हाँ वो कोई एक्सान है. बरे. Okay. Bare. I don't know whether the last part is recorded or not, but as I said, I finished 2013 is over. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow I'll try to record 9 pointers 2012, and in the class I think I'm solving 2015 and 14. I may start 2013 or 12 tomorrow. The 6 pointers where you have first 2 questions calculator, last 2 questions no calculator. So wish you all the best. And I'm sorry I'm going too fast, but then you can always go back, rewind and see how it works. But I'm trying to make sense in this. If you guys take this seriously, I'll tell you, you can do so much. Okay, bye, take care.